Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is Jeffrey Baker. This is going to be another video for my Robotic Fundamentals series. And in this video, as you have seen from the title, I'm going to be explaining or showing you how you can get your FANUC robot to actually move. So this is the first episode that I've done on FANUC. And this robot right here that I have, or that we have in our lab, is the LR Mate 200 ID. So this is the type of robot that we're working with, and this is a FANUC cell. A Festo cell, as you can see right there. So it's Festo. A lot of the stuff that we have in the lab is Festo, but so I'm gonna go ahead and just jump right in and get started. So I'll include pictures on the screen of this iPendant right here throughout the whole video. So to start off, this is called the iPendant. It has a little label on the back of it as well. So on the front of it, you'll see, we're gonna start with the very basics. So you'll see this switch. Sometimes you can forget that it's off. So just make sure that this switch is in the on position. And then also your e-stop right here on the right, make sure that's not engaged because you definitely won't be able to do anything. Okay. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is these switches right here. These are called Deadman Switches. They're another safety feature. So you make sure you don't hurt yourself or anybody else in the process of moving the robot. So if you want to be able to move it, you want to have your hands depressing these switches in the middle position. So there's 3 positions. You can have it just unreleased, you can have it halfway, and then fully depressed. You don't want it to be fully depressed, and you don't want it to be obviously completely open. So you have that switch midway. It's just, you'll hear a tiny click. Once you hear that, then you can go in here and you can see there's most likely going to be a fault on there, and it should say Deadman Switch Released and have a code. My code says SRVO-003, but yours might be different. So we're going to need to clear that fault before we can get this to move at all. So hold the Deadman switch. You're going to click the reset button. You might have to click it a few times. So I'm going to highlight on the screen, it says reset. You'll click that reset button. And then I'll show you right here. Mine says the fault is now cleared, which is good. That's what we want. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you'll see this big button that says shift. It's a big blue button. You're going to hold that button down. And then you can just click this top section of coordinates that says XYZ. So that's the first set. You can click any of those and it'll move along your coordinate system. So if you just hold those, it'll move along the Y, positive and negative, and then X, negative and positive, and then Z, positive, and Z, negative. Okay, so that's how you get your FANUC robot to move. Another thing to note is you can have different frames, which I'm most likely going to talk about in another video. But with those frames, you can have different coordinate systems. If you look right here, there's a button that says COORD, and that stands for coordinate. You can go in there and change your coordinate type to, you can change it from world to tool to user to joint. And so what I'm using right now is the world coordinate system, and that is based off of the base of the robot itself. So you can have a tool coordinate system, which is based off of this tool face right there, and then also a user that you can set yourself to where you can make it pivot off of any point along the gripper or whichever attachment you have. But like I said, I'll probably talk about that in another video. But just something to keep in mind, if you, I would recommend you start off in the world coordinate system. So like I said, there's a coordinate button you can change through there. And that's all I have for the video. So it's a very fast video. Just wanted to do a very simple video to explain how to get your FANUC robot to move. So thank you for watching.